Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Pick a Card reading, where we'll find out what your blocks are to love. So, now I'd like to invite you to choose from one of these three decks. Are you attracted to Angel Guide, Sword of Light, or Moonology? Once again, Angel Guide, Sword of Light, or Moonology? Feel free to pause if you need more time. So if you chose Angel Guide as your card, it is, vulnerability and freedom. Now you can see that this beautiful angel is reaching for the stars, and I feel that that is you in love. That this is an invitation to reach for the stars when it comes to love. But in order to do that, you need to free yourself to become vulnerable. And particularly when you've been hurt in the past, that can be especially challenging. To open yourself up and be courageous enough to open yourself up can be extremely frightening, because you don't want to open yourself up too much, because that means that the other person can hurt you. However, it also means that the other person can love you for all of you and with all of their heart. And so the block for you is that you are not being vulnerable enough. You are not being open enough to receive love. And by being open enough to receive love, you will free yourself. Free yourself from your own prison, is what I'm hearing. You will be freeing yourself of the masks that you put on in order to maybe please other people, in order to be the person you think you ought to be for the other person. But that's not what's required here. You need to be yourself for yourself. And that way you will be able to experience the love that you deserve far more fully. If you chose Sword of Light, your card is interesting. Your card is Make a Decision. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you toward your own joy. You deserve it. Okay, so by the looks of it, it seems that you are not putting yourself first. It could be that you are not being open about your needs and about your desires. Perhaps you feel guilty about telling the other person what your needs are. But this card is saying it's really important that you do, because if you're not open and honest about what your needs are, then they simply cannot be fulfilled. You need to be honest. So you'll see here that that there are scales. So you've got the heart on the one side and the feather on the other. And this is like a balance between the head and the heart. Now, you might be feeling nervous about expressing yourself here, but this is saying that it's really important that you do. And perhaps thinking to yourself that people pleasing would be a really good idea, but in actual fact, it is completely detrimental to you and to your relationship. If you're not in a relationship at the moment, I feel like this is something that you do routinely, that you put the needs or the perceived needs and wants of the other person first, and you're not fully yourself when you approach love. You mold yourself into the person you feel you need to be in order to make a relationship work. So, really, please choose yourself, choose your own joy, and then everything else will fall into place. If you chose the Moonology deck, your card is Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Now, when we are too close to something, we tend not to be able to see it too clearly. So, this card is inviting you to take a step back and really evaluate your life or reevaluate your life. Are you surrounding yourself with the kind of people you want to be with? Are you enjoying the kind of pursuits that you want to be enjoying? Are you setting proper standards and boundaries for yourself? Where can you make improvements in your life? Look at yourself as a whole person. Look at your life in its entirety and see where you would like to make changes. Now, quite often we have repeating patterns in our romantic relationships. If we don't allow ourselves to take a really good look at where we need to do the inner work. And so what this card is saying is that you need to take a step back, do some work on yourself, make sure that you are as fulfilled and as content as you can be before entering into a new romantic relationship. If you are already in a romantic relationship, this card is asking you to do the same. Regardless, take a step back, look at the big picture. What needs doing? So there you go. I hope your reading was insightful and resonated with you. If it did, do like and also subscribe if you haven't already. And if you feel particularly drawn to any one of the decks that I've used today, you will find the Amazon link below to get your very own copy. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me, then please do get in touch.